Oi! So I thought it was about time for another update. Haven't been up to a whole lot lately. Watched a few movies. Don't think I've had. Oh, I did have a pickup, but I don't have it with me. It was that movie Choose. It was pretty cheap, so I bought that the other day. But I was basically just going to show you the four movies I've seen in the last week. And the first one is this one, And Soon the Darkness, which is a remake of a British film from the 70s. And the 70s one is fantastic. It's a great little mystery with great atmosphere. And this one, it pretty well lives up to the original. This one's an American remake of the original, and it's just as good. About two girls, I think they're in Argentina. Yep. And together they're bike riding around the place, and they separate at one stage, and then one of them completely goes missing. And it's basically a similar story to the original movie. And yeah, I reckon this is pretty close to the original. Got that sort of isolation, once she's lost a friend. They're kind of isolated as it is, the two of them in a sort of strange country to them. But once they're separated, it's even more disastrous. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really good film, and a couple of nice-looking lead ladies to boot. It never hurts. And then I watched this one, Hitchcock, which is really interesting. Had a lot of fun with that. Just about Hitchcock and the way he supposedly was, and him making Psycho. It was I really dug that. Don't know how much of it is based on fact and how much is sort of, embellished, but it's an interesting story nonetheless. And then I watched this one, All Cheerleaders Die, which is a remake of a film that came out not that long before this one. So I don't know why they bothered to remake it again, because they didn't quite get it right. Anyway, I haven't seen the original, but this is kind of like a bit of a weird mishmash of The Craft mixed with Jennifer's Body, mixed with all those sort of films, Cheerleading, Teeny, Mean Girls, all that sort of stuff, all kind of mishmashed together to make this sort of film. And it doesn't hold together well. There's a lot of scenes which are cool, a lot of scenes which you've sort of seen versions of before. It has got a lot of potential, but it just wasn't coherent enough. Like, the story was easy enough to follow, but I guess the cuts between scenes and, where are we now what's happening, it just didn't run very smoothly, this whole film. Basically a bunch of girls, cheerleaders, die. A bunch of the jocks run them off the road, but they don't die because one of them's like a Wiccan witch and uses some weird gems to resurrect them, and I don't know, it's got this weird gem element to it. It had potential, but I just couldn't recommend this to anyone. It's really not that good. It's got some alright scenes in it though. And then this one, which was Cradle Will Fall. I think in other countries it's called Baby Blues. You'll find it under one of the two titles. This is vicious. This is a rough film. It's a really good film. Basically about a mother of four whose husband is always off on the road, has to travel around to earn money. He's in trucks constantly. And she basically snaps. She's, looking after four kids on her own on an isolated farm, having to deal with everything. And there's a few little triggers and she just snaps. And it's her basically coming after and killing her own children. And it is rough, really, really rough. This isn't going to be for everybody. I guess anyone that's had that, the baby blues, I guess, or knows someone that's been like that, or sort of had problems with children and depression, you don't want to watch this. It's nasty. It's a nasty film. But it is a good film nonetheless, even though just expect it to be fairly rough because you're dealing with a mother running after her children, basically. But yeah, really dug that, even though it was vicious as all hell. So yeah, they're all pretty good, bar this one. I wouldn't really waste your time too much, but definitely, Soon the Darkness and the other two are fantastic. All right, guys, that's about all I got to say today. Have a good weekend, and see you next time. See ya.